Whew. Seriously, seriously. As close to actually beating me as any actual fight has been in this game. Barring the kind of bullshit one of me being sucked under without my knowledge, because I fell off a building, and the fact that I got my Cryptobiotes damaged, but I was actually going to defeat that BT, even with limited resources. I haven't really struggled with the actual combat in this game. But that one was actually tense and actually fun. It was interesting and new. Just with the amount of blood bags I had at the end of there. There wasn't much between me and death. Welcome back to Capital Knot City, whence it all began. Not quite. But whence the actual game itself began. Like all the absolutely messed up stuff on my back and that perfectly spotless white anti-BT gun. Impressive. It's been recently polished. There might be a... I don't know if I picked it up. A memory chip. I keep making a pen motion with my hand. There it is. I'll grab that. Carefully. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know if I can grab it. It's up somewhere. There may be a ladder to it. I just don't want to make any stupid mistakes and destroy the last % of the Cryptobiotes, which would presumably fail the mission, then make me do more boss fights. Oh, bugger it. I don't know how much of this game is left. I want that memory chip. There we go. Not sure who it's for. I'm gonna guess this one's for... I'm gonna guess, I'm not gonna check. Fragile. I reckon it's gonna be a fragile chip. If I can't, submit it here. But when I do submit it, I reckon it'll be a fragile chip. By the skin of my teeth, made it! Open the door.
Thank heavens you made it. Fragile's been in a coma for a while now.
Has she?
But with all these cryptobiotes you brought, we should be able to bring her round.
I don't know how many survived.
Luck. It'll only take a few more to get her back on her feet.
Now I remember why you wanted the Cryptobiotes.
You did well.
And why it game overed me when I destroyed them. I'd forgotten precisely what the mission was. Didn't make it with less than 50% damage. So it's going to be a really low scoring one. C. She's waiting for you on the beach. Complete episode 12 bridges. In the president's bed.
Sam.
We're all here. Do not
You're
touch
back.
me.
It must have been one hell of a journey.
Still not
Especially
that
for
comfortable. Not quite hug level
Now the
comfortable.
whole team is together again.
The whole team. Die Hardman too.
No answer to that question, just a sort of slight nod.
Too much traveling to and from beaches in such a short span. Chiral matter contaminated her cells, effectively causing jet lag on a molecular level.
That
Because
doesn't
of
make
that,
sense.
Her homeostatic mechanisms were shaken. Don't worry, she's not in any danger, but she needs some rest.
Alright. That's good to know.
So where's the director?
He's being looked after in another room. Bridges personnel found him lying outside the isolation ward. Similar to when you came back from Cliff's Beach. Even after decontamination, she needed more and more time to recover.
Not even a cryptobiote can... Oh, wait, no, there it is. Like smelling salts.
Sam. Made it.
Hungry.
Starving, presumably.
Thanks. Looks like you need me after all. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, well... I think you've proven your worth, at least. I wasn't going to let you die. Woke her up out of a coma with a cryptobiote.
Clock's ticking. Am I right? Sam's here. The Great Deliverer. The only one who can reach Amelie's beach.
You're in
Yeah,
no condition to
maybe stay
Not
lying
there
down.
to you or Sam.
In my own search for Amelie's Beach, I have come to realize something extraordinary.
Well, good, Hartman. When you realise
The
something,
beach is
we all tend to learn more.
a multiverse. Hers would appear to exist on a higher plane than ours.
As an extinction entity.
I can walk the beaches of others, but hers is beyond my reach. It's invisible, inaccessible, even to Fragile, I fear. Imagine
So-
it as a circulatory system, if you will. Each of our beaches is a single capillary.
And hers is the
But
heart.
Amelie's beach is the heart that pumps blood to the rest of us.
I knew you were going to make a heart reference,
Capillaries
Hartman.
are subordinate to the greater whole. A whole governed by the heart, which gives direction, which dictates flow, which dictates everything, controls everything.
Which explains why she wants everything to be
She is
one.
in control.
Which means she knows what you're talking about, because she's omnipotent.
You
Probably.
may be able to travel against the flow and reach her, but having done so, if she does not wish to let you go, if she wishes to keep you, she can.
Fragile and Die Hardman broke free from her beach, didn't they?
I don't think it was any different from what happened to you. I didn't get out because I wanted to. I was forced out. Repatriated, if you will, by her.
Forced out. Why?
This is only a theory.
She dropped me into the water, and I did
She
repatriate.
Wants you to go to her. That's her final wish, don't you think?
But what does she
So
need
that's
me
it,
for?
huh? Amelie's the EE, and this is...
You're
her
the other
beach.
end of the E, maybe? You need two?
Just so we're clear, if I want to stop the last Stranding and come back in one piece, I need to go to her beach and talk her out of it. Is
Talk.
that about right?
Correct. As cliche as it sounds, you're our only hope.
You little hack.
Though quite frankly, I doubt even you can change her mind.
If you can't make her see reason, you'll have to kill her. And if you kill her,
You'll save the world, but you'll be stranded outside of it.
Forever.
Are you prepared to do that, Sam? Can I load up with new stuff, or do I not need it? I at least need to wash my clothes. It's gonna be like the last time. No guns, no BB, no nothing, just... What are you doing? He's trying to give it to someone, I think. Nobody wants it. Or he's trying to find who it connects with. He's giving it to Fragile.
Make it official then. You ready to deliver the package?
It's connected with her. Okay, we've cleaned up. Yeah, I think we're doing as we did before.
I'll talk to her. Maybe she'll listen. But with the shape the world's in, it'll only be delaying the inevitable. Still, if it buys us time to try and build something better, a new lease on life, at least for a little bit. Well, I can think of one woman who made the most of a chance like that. Nothing lasts forever, not even the world. But we gotta keep it going as long as we can, right?
These are the most words Sam's ever spoken together
so we can say we had a good run.
In the entire game. He's actually making a speech.
Thought you didn't like having to handle things with care.
Because it was hard enough keeping my own shit together. Back when we met at the cave, the only thing I cared about was making it to the next sunrise. Sure as hell didn't care about America or the future. I was living a lie, hung up on past regrets. I was broken. But somewhere along the way, I started changing. Started meeting people that made me think that maybe it wasn't all bad.
Like the assembled party.
Tomorrow, and in me. That kept the lights on and waited for hope to arrive. So I gotta deliver, for their sake.
Even if it means you never come back?
Fucked if I do, fucked if I don't, right?
Eloquent way of putting it, Sam. But yeah.
Take care of Lou.
That's what putting your life on the line for a greater cause means.
Couldn't find a working still mother east of Port Knot City. Kid's done enough. No more.
All right. I'll do my best to nurse our little one back to health.
And now he's got to make the jump. Well, Fragile's still going to give him a push, though. Still got to face his difficulty with touching.
Help me look for Emily. Reach for her, Sam. Feel her.
But she's on a different level. She's something more than a BT.
I know you love her. You love her. There.
And off he goes. With him, the fate of the United Cities of America. And the rest of the world. I like that speech. I like that character growth of him, like, pretty much never speaking at any length, and then... Alright. I know what I have to do. Because we do. But is Amelie going to... Is Amelie going to see reason? What reason does she see? Does she... She wants the world to become one. I presume she means literally, one with her. And that will require the extinction to go off, I take it. Let's find out.
Sam,
Heck of a taxi you've got.
there you are.
Hi. What are you going to do next? Oh no. Baby me.
You want to go home? Let's go home. It's okay.
This is weirdly uncomfortable. I don't like being a baby. I feel exceptionally powerless. I think Sam has been regressed. Is she gonna try and raise us again? Like Bridget did. Sam was an orphan. Alright. Episode 13, Sam Strand. Blood red water. And we're no longer a baby. God, it looks like the D-Day landings, but with whales. Find Amelie. Order number 69. Had to be, didn't it? Find her. No scanner? I just tried it. Well, look for a woman in an impractical red dress and high heels. Shouldn't be too hard to spot in this mess. Is that the Earth? I wish I could see the layout of the continents. I can't quite make them out. I might be able to see some portion of it. Or is that the moon? That's what it looks like now. Looks a little too big in the sky. That would make us on the moon, right? If that was the Earth. But with an atmosphere and water. Although, physical space doesn't have to make any level of sense. No, he's sitting down here. He can't go any further. He doesn't want to. I was going to go behind that formation, but we're just going to wait for her to come to us.
London Bridge is falling
Still London Bridge. There's no
falling
total consensus as to what, if any, event that refers to. There was a fire in the 17th century that burnt a portion of the bridge away. And it might have saved a significant portion of London in the Great Fire of 1666, because the river was in the way and stopped the fire from spreading. Now she's in black. The seas are red, she's wearing black. She's in mourning.
Has already begun.
Ah, you sound like Bridget now. And you've got Die Hard Man's gun.
Amelie?
You're too late.
She's grown up.
Your voice.
You still don't know who I am, do you?
You're still Bridget.
Who are you?
What are you? Now you're wearing the mask.
I knew you'd come back.
Yeah, Bridget. So what happened to your body then? Did I really burn that? It's replaying the events of her death.
I love you, Sam.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
And remember,
I'm waiting for you, right here, ever since. You were supposed to stop me. Stop all of this.
Bridget?
young Bridget. Same face.
Where's Amelie?
The reveal's kind of already
She's always been.
happened, because both
No
Bridget
way.
and Amelie are played by the same
My
person.
daughter, Samantha America Strand, doesn't exist.
They're the same being. Bridget.
Amelie doesn't exist.
It's always
Not in
been
your
Bridget.
world. I'm sorry, Sam. I've had to wear a mask for so long. Amelie and Bridget are both a part of me.
Oh, Amelie and Bridget are both part of you. Are you a god in three persons, perhaps?
Right, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions.
And you are?
Listen.
The extinction entity?
Just listen.
Or Strand? Are you the concept of Strand? I don't know. These are complete guesses. It definitely feels like kind of a Trinity thing going on. Bridget, Amelie, and this one.
Do you understand, Sam? Amelie and Bridget. Those are just names. What I am is an extinction entity. So,
Okay.
knowing what you know now, you have two choices.
There's the earth going up in the background. You want me to stop you?
You wouldn't come back if it happened here, you know. You'd be straight on to the afterlife. But no,
Why did you say you were supposed to stop me?
it's not one of them.
Do you not have
Killing
control?
you, a terrible mistake. I know that better than anyone.
I've got to kill you. Presumably.
The last stranding has already begun. A seam has formed from my beach and the beaches of every soul in America.
Seem as the
And
connecting
soon it will be
point
inundated
between them.
by a vast surge of antimatter starting here. In a flash, this world will be no more.
And you can't stop it
And
because
soon
it's your
an
nature.
explosion,
A new universe.
a big bang. So, that brings us to your first choice. Do nothing. Stay here with me and bear witness to the very end.
Just watch it burn.
Together. With me. Until the last flame winks out.
Or we
Doesn't
have
sound
to...
so bad, does it?
It kinda does.
It's not like the world has long left anyway.
That's what you want me to do. And option 2?
Then there's the second choice. In expanding the network, you brought people and their beaches together, integrating them into a greater whole. Like this Kipu. But in doing so, you also bound them to my beach. The very beach where I opened the gates to the other side. You can't stop what's coming. But if you cut me and my beach loose, perhaps you can stop it from spreading. You might just prevent the last stranding. And mankind will live to die another day.
And it doesn't have to end here.
But it does. The beach is doomed no matter what.
So this wipes out everything.
One look ought to tell you that.
The beach, all the strands, the earth.
Which is why we must sever our connection.
That'll be it. The end of the Death Stranding.
For now.
You can't stop the inevitable. The sixth extinction will happen either today or tomorrow. You can either end it with dignity, quick, clean, and in a flash, or you can struggle in vain, knowing full well what's waiting come the finish.
Struggling in vain sounds good to me.
Those are your choices.
I'm a big fan of kicking the can down the road, because eventually you might find a way to solve the issue. Give yourself more time. Delaying. Always delay the inevitable. There's no reason not to delay the inevitable. Worst comes to worst, the inevitable still happens. Why speed it up?
You brought the world together. You have the right to decide. Pull the rope or cut the noose. But whatever you do, don't hesitate. I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
But wait. I don't know what to do.
Sure you do. After everything, how could you not?
Don't hesitate, though. Do I have to make the choice, or are you going to make it for me? Find Amelie done. I presume I just shoot her. Okay. Obviously, I know what decision I'm gonna make. It's not a difficult one for me. I spent all this time trying to repair and rebuild the nation. I might as well let it live to see another day, even if it is only a few days. And I've... This idea that you can't delay, or that you're only delaying the inevitable, like it's an argument against delaying the inevitable. It isn't. Every delay of the inevitable is another opportunity. It's another chance to make a fresh choice to fix the problems of the past. There's no such thing, really, as the inevitable. It's only people's opinions of what the inevitable is. If humanity's doomed, there's nothing we can do to stop it, but maybe there is if we had more time. And I can't let the world be destroyed. I've never... you know, okay, so what you have here is the choice Sam would have probably made at the start of the game, which is let the world be destroyed. Hell with it, it's all gone anyway. And the choice he's made now, after all of his struggles and his decisions, after all of that, after meeting all those people, he now feels a part of the collective. The choice he'd make now is, like, sacrifice himself to save it. I don't think it would make story sense to let the world be destroyed now, in any case. Let's make the choice. I'm bringing this to an end. Or at least I'm delaying the inevitable. And that is completely legitimate in my eyes. I did make... What are you talking about? But I shot you! Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Wait. Did you give me a gun as a red herring? Maybe I'm just really, really thick. But... gave me a gun, pointed it at her, and didn't kill her. I'm gonna load that checkpoint in case I'm supposed to do something differently. Okay, the gun's a red herring, by the way. You can't shoot her. So I'm not going to. We've already proven that. I've emptied a clip into her. What I'm going to do is go up to her and give her a big hug. Get over my aphanthosmphobia. RT to hug.
I'm here for you. Always. Like you were for me.
So it's the illusion of choice. I wouldn't start with a choice like that and then not give it to me. That's thrown me for a massive loop. I imagine there was supposed to be 2 endings then. And then one of them got cut.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away.
And I'll keep the nightmares away,
I'll
not
always be
it'll
with
keep
you.
the nightmares away.
When you're all grown up, you'll need it to make us whole again. And when the time comes, you'll have to stop me. You are the only one who can.
You already told her
Promise
that?
you'll remember. Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
I remember. You knew. You always knew.
I did and I didn't. I had so many dreams of the future. I didn't know which ones to trust. Which is why I decided to share them with you and the others. But to connect the dots, to make sense of everything, you need perspective. You need time. Time has no meaning to me. I am not a line. I am a single point. Which is why all I could do was just show you the choices and let you decide.
Our nightmares are your dreams.
So Dooms is
You
people
found
she's...
the common thread, the strand that links them
She
together.
connects them all. People she's connected
And you
with.
did that the only way possible. To live life one day at a time. Thank you, Sam. A gun won't help you here,
Yeah, I noticed.
but it still has a role to play.
This is not a choices matter game. Okay.
It was the bonds between people.
How about... I've played a lot of RPGs recently. My bad.
And if that is what matters most to you, then I will stay here on this beach. And I will shut myself in and the rest of you out.
Shut yourself in. Come on.
Once the last stranding starts, it can't be stopped. I can't go with you. All I can do
So
is
she's
try
decided to
figure
save
the
us.
worst.
We did talk her out of it. At least we didn't have to fight Mega Amelie. I imagine that giant
Sam,
creature in that dream.
I am the beach. And I must stay here and ensure that the extinction happens.
She is
Even
God
if
then.
It takes tens or hundreds of thousands of years.
Alone?
That's what an EE does. If I had just done my job, none of this would have happened. But
She didn't want to
couldn't
submit to
take
her
it anymore.
nature.
I got so tired of waiting, and I figured that no one would blame me if I just got it all over with. So
So she's been holding it out for this long.
that's what I did.
Since President Strand.
Sounds like hell.
But you and the others came together, connected. And you may be living on borrowed time, but you still have hope.
That's my opinion as well.
Each of the Big Five, life rebelled. They fought back, evolved in order to survive.
And Harmon's telling us we're already evolving. Well, we're always evolving.
Extinction
Evolution doesn't
isn't
end.
just an ending.
Find a new niche. Or niche, apparently, as it's sometimes pronounced.
And if I have to pay the price for that, to be the sacrifice...
But I don't think Sam's gonna let you. Because he can stay here with you. Can't he? Oh, so she's not evil. I was worried that she might be evil. I'm glad that she isn't.
We will always be connected. Goodbye, Sam.
He's not gonna make the decision to stay with her? No, she's sending him off. And she's gonna try and retain it. It's not a healthy looking skin color there. And the doll. His child, his unborn child. Can I recognize the face under that picture? Is it going to be someone important?
A gun won't help you here. But it still has a role to play.
Okay. I've got very blue skin. In fact, I look like I need to breathe or get warm. I don't like that. It looks necrotic. Alright. Do I walk into the waters now? I guess it would be blue in this. Oh, the credits are rolling. Norman Reedus. Mads Mikkelsen. I don't think it's over yet, though. Léa Seydoux. Might have missed a credit. Troy Baker. All very wonderfully cast. It's got to be said. It's you know, Margaret Qualley. It's not a bad performance so far. Not from any of the main cast. Tommy Earl Jenkins. He's particularly good. Guillermo del Toro's special appearance. But only as the appearance, it's not his voice. Guillermo del Toro is generally a director, not an actor. Nicholas Winding Refn, again, appearance only, not as the voice, and also a director most of the time. Jesse Corti. I had to check who's doing the voices for Deadman and Heartman. Darren Jacobs. I'm going to keep walking down the beach for a while. I'm not going to go into the ocean. Emily O'Brien. Lindsay Wagner. There we go.
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions. When you were young, you used to have bad dreams. You cried about them all the time.
You're back.
The truth is, those weren't your dreams. They were mine.
Through dooms.
For as long as I can remember, I've dreamt of the beach. Not just while sleeping, in my waking hours too. In my dreams, I watched the world end so many times. Countless past extinctions that decimated life on this planet. Again and again and again. At first, I didn't understand what I was seeing or why. And that wasn't the worst of it. There were other, more terrible dreams. Dreams of death and destruction. Of a massive extinction to come.
One you were supposed to cause.
Like this one. And I would always be the one to end it all. To bring about the last stranding.
And you grew
As
up
I
like
have
that,
today.
living with that knowledge. Alright, more credits. So this is the credit sequence. Hideo Kojima. She's just going to explain herself. Written by Hideo Kojima. Some good, some bad. Hideo Kojima's got his own style, and I'm not... Another writer by Kenji Yano. I'm not... like... ungrateful for it. Title design by Kyle Cooper. It's not always the way I like to write. It's a lot of exposition, a lot of tell, don't show. But the way he does it... Character mechanical design, Yoshi Shinkawa. The way he develops his story are, like, unparalleled. Lead level designer, Hiroyuki I missed that. Sorry. Lead level designer, Satoshi Matsuno. I appreciate Hideo Kojima, especially a lot more than previous games of his I've played, after playing this. Because, especially considering he's out from under Konami's, I'm not going to say thumb, but certainly out from Konami's influence. And we'll take another knee.
The first operation. I was only 20.
Operation? Oh, hello.
I opened my eyes and found myself on the beach.
Ah.
But the moment I came round, I was back in the hospital bed. I was split across two worlds.
Bit like Heartman, then.
Bridget, my Ha in that one. Amelie, my Ka in this. Somehow, the two of us managed to coexist. Soon,
But Bridget
our
was
ages
always...
began to diverge. Bridget's body got older, while the beach kept Amelie's the same.
So Amelie became your daughter. Bridget's daughter.
So I came up with a story. I told people that Amelie was my daughter. A daughter with
Which is why no one could see her.
And an absent father. Look. Amelie. Is French for soul. A soul that's a lie. There was no Amelie. Only me and the beach.
He likes his nominative puns as well.
I thought it was a curse in the beginning. But later, I started thinking.
Like strand.
Maybe I can use this.
To be stranded.
I tried
To
find
strand
out
something
more
together.
about the beach. Because understanding the beach had to be the key to interpreting my visions of the future.
That's one of the things I do wonder. Sorry, I just have to bring this particular fact up. The concept behind referring to this as stranding is... only makes sense in English, surely. I don't know if there's a similar word in... well, certainly not in Japanese. Requires a fundamental understanding of the language, which I, of course, as a fan of the English language myself, not just in that it's the only language I can speak fluently. I dabble in other languages, but I'm not very good at it. But also in that I think that English genuinely has its merits, which a lot of people tend to feel like overstating the bad sides of English. I think there's a lot of respect for the language by Hideo Kojima, especially as he is most certainly not a native speaker. And languages in general. But for me, English is, I think, the world's greatest language. I honestly believe that. Whatever its spelling weirdness is. I mean, it's certainly no worse in terms of its, you know, nonsensical spelling systems than French, for instance. And that's due to, like, the development of the language, the history of it. It came from a lot of cultures and people who settled around England and developed the language. Alright, here we go again. And that isn't a bad thing. It's what makes it fascinating. Like, not better, but I think it deserves its own dues on its own merits. You're turning me around again. Do you want me to go back? We're getting too far away. Too far from the beach. Maybe I should go towards the shore. And we're taking another sit. The gun's still there. There's still a use for it. I'm not done just yet.
I realized the beach was connected to the world of the dead, which meant that somewhere out beyond it were the memories of time itself, including those of every organism that had ever lived.
Hence the network.
4.6 billion years
And
of
Evo Devo.
biological history, a history that might even stretch back to the creation of the universe. The chiral network and everything that followed was born from my pursuit of that knowledge. By passing data through the beach, we were unbound by the restrictions of time.
Hence Bridget's almost
Simulations that would have taken years or more were simple and effortless.
fanatical
Everything
approach
that Earth
towards
had lost and forgotten could be reconstructed and
the chiral network and, of course,
but
BB
shortly after we
units.
began the research, America saw its first void out.
And that was just happenstance. You didn't cause it.
That my nightmares were becoming a reality.
You coincided
So,
with the
I
Death Stranding,
raced
not
to
the
complete
research.
chiral network as quickly as possible. The past held all the answers. If only I could find a way to piece them together. A network that bridged our world and the beach. That might do it, I believed. So, I started researching bridge babies. Children bound to the world of the dead. What causes an extinction entity to come into being? What was the reason for the previous 5 mass extinctions? The answers to those questions would tell me how to stop the 6th. I founded bridges, more determined than ever to build a chiral network that would cover all of America. But the longer I fought my war against the inevitable, the weaker I became. My Ha had cancer. The beach's punishment, maybe, for not playing along like a good little EE. And then, just like that, my Ha was gone. I couldn't finish what I'd started.
So you're not the same
So,
person exactly,
asked
but you
you
kind
to
of
do
are
it
in the
for
same
me.
way.
And you did. You helped us complete the network. Helped us to reclaim everything the universe experienced from its inception to this moment. Every mystery was ours to solve. Like this one. Once, there was an explosion. A big bang that gave birth to time and space. Thing is, it was more like a big fluke. All that matter and antimatter should have cancelled.
Yes,
leaving
there was a slight advantage to matter.
Somehow, a tiny speck of matter survived. Just enough. Enough to make this world and everything in it. A world that shouldn't be, a world out of balance. Order inevitably gives way to chaos. Everything that lives must inevitably die.
Entropy. Basic law of the
It's like
universe.
The universe is trying to return us to the nothing we came from. Maybe the Big Five were its best attempts to finish us off.
So the universe, you think, has a will, or the beach has a will in any case, or else you wouldn't be here.
But somehow, life always managed to survive just enough.
The right
Enough
mixture
to
of
thumb
order
its
and
nose
chaos. Too much order is as
You know,
terrible for...
I'm starting to think that extinction might be the key to overcoming total annihilation. It forces life to fight to survive,
Yeah.
to endure, to exist.
Total order would have every atom in the universe lined up in a perfect grid.
Rekindle life instead of extinguishing it. From the ashes of the dead rise the living, stronger and wiser, inheritors of the legacy of existence itself.
So
They
you need to
defy
cause an
the
extinction
universe
now.
and refuse to surrender. They say,
Is that what you're coming... Is that the
just
conclusion you're coming to?
getting started
You cause an extinction, but not the extinction.
is an opportunity.
What does that mean for all the people on Earth right now? Hartman did say, and this is why I wasn't sure about the whole extinction entity thing, is that I don't think one extinction entity would be enough. I presume there would need to be dozens or hundreds of extinction entities that coalesce together. Clearly there just needs to be one. And clearly that one is... And clearly there was one every single time. And she can end the universe herself. Hartman didn't know everything. It's a very pretty vista here. But if her plan is now going to start to become to cause a smaller extinction to give humanity a chance of surviving, but that's already happened. There has been an extinction and humanity is evolving. To suit that extinction, of course. Humanity is always evolving, we're evolving right now. But we've created a system in the real world where we are more in control of our environment than our environment is affecting our genome, which means our genome is going to resort to a sort of comfort zone. The speculation being that humans are going to turn into basically large-headed, almost immobile, big-eyed, possibly childlike creatures
I pulled
in the very
trigger
distant
twice
future.
that day. I knew at once I'd made a mistake. I found your beach and looked everywhere for you. Sam. There you are.
Alright, that's my birth. So what am I, then? Am I something different? I'm blue as well over there. I was a BT, or I was dead, killed at birth, and you brought me back. Repatriate. Is that where all repatriates come from? Pigs as well?
You want to go home? Let's go home. I wanted to set you free from death once and for all.
Was Sam the first repatriate?
It's okay.
And the connection, Dooms.
I know the way.
And that would have obviously explain why Bridget looked after you. Her ha.
But in doing so, I upset the fundamental balance between life and death. I just wanted to save you.
You found me on the beach. You found Sam on the beach.
I am an extinction entity. It's my fate to lead our species to extinction. But that moment, you became part of that fate. You became a repatriate, And dooms started spreading my nightmares to
No,
others
Doom spread on its
throughout the
own.
world. It was me
What about
that let
Higgs?
everyone with dooms into
Just out of
this.
curiosity.
Not long after, the Death Stranding occurred.
It happened because you tried to save someone.
Clung to our world, and BTs used my beach to cross over and devour them, triggering more void outs. A catalyst that would set
So it was your fault, but it was unintentional.
It was my duty to serve as a sacrifice, to wait and watch it unfold from this beach. That, or hasten the last stranding and end this slow death. Given these, my only options, I chose to end it quickly. But to trigger the last stranding, I needed you, a part of me. Here too. I would be able to witness extinction consummated with you by my side. But now that you're here, there's another choice. You can cut me off. An EE doesn't have that option for itself. But in my nightmares, I saw another future. One that you chose.
Because I'm not an EE.
One where
I'm a
extinction
repatriate.
is hope against total annihilation.